generative AI in designing a case study for one of as teaching techniques. And it has shown, I mean, the literature has shown, I've cited this very recent study which said that this is a change which is going to happen on a big scale in next 5 years. And most of institutions are not kind of prepared or ready, and they're not sure what to do, how to go about. But there have been some attempts to use case studies with AI. It's still a new field. So there have been some debate kind of case studies or interactive case studies which have been used using artificial intelligence tool. So come to the course which I taught over this summer, which was a graduate level, fully online, asynchronous course. It was over a period of 8 weeks, and it was titled as Special Topics in Health. And by special topics in health, it dealt with a lot of different topics which could appeal to pretty much general audience like climate change, COVID-19, gun violence, mental health, and so on. So it had all these different topics and a review of what's happening around the world related to these topics. Also, what was important here when I developed this course was I worked with an instructional designer at my university, and that person helped me with aligning my course objectives, content, and other details, which meets national quality standards. And then, along with that, I thought about having wide kind of activities like group discussions, reflections, and case studies, as uh, we had been talking about, which I believe are really very useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the process in brief, what I did when I developed these case studies, and I used various prompts for using or designing this case study. So one of the examples of that prompt is uh, writing case study which reflects of real life scenario and topic of COVID-19 prevention. So what I'm going to do is I'll open up the chat. Uh, I'm trying to open up chat GPT 3.5, and then kind of show you how it looks and how it looked for me. Okay, so here it is. I'm in chat GPT 3.5, and what I'm doing is I'm just trying to go back and copy paste what I had written here. So pretty much case study which reflects a scenario, and I enter that here in the chat GPT 3.5 tool. But along with that prompt, I also add additional things such as uh, limit it to less than 500 words and should include citations in text. And this is something which I learned as I went on doing in the correct APA 7th edition format. So I've included all my prompts, what I wanted, and then I click on enter. And this is what I wanted to show all of you, that when I enter, I get a case study. about COVID-19 prevention in New Zealand.
Dr. Ahmad,
And yeah,
sorry to disturb you. I just wanted to find out if you are sharing your screen activity in ChatGPT.
I
We,
think
we see your presentation.
oh, it's not being shared.
Yes, we still see your PowerPoint.
Okay, let me see if I'm able to share it. It's on my screen though, I can see it. Okay, let me see, let me try again.
Did you share your presentation? When you shared your presentation, did you only share one window or your entire screen?
One window.
Oh, okay. So maybe if you can start sharing again and select entire screen,
Okay, let me do that.
then when you switch between tabs, we'll be able to follow you.
Yeah, because I'm not able to share my application as of now. Are you able to share it, the entire screen?
I can only share your file that you shared with us.
Okay.
Um,
Well, let me try again. Yeah.
yes. So you click the open collaborate.
Oh, entire screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
As well.
Oh, okay. So I just got a message that they can see now.
Okay, perfect. Thank
Okay,
you.
so yeah, so I'm just trying to run this prompt, and if you are able to see the screen now in Chat GPT, you see pretty much it gives me a background, preventive measures, outcomes, conclusions, and references. So that is interesting. That's good. Now here, there was something interesting which I noticed because the references which you see the links to where they are from, and these seem to be authentic because if you click they have a link to different journals and all, but that didn't happen when I used a prompt when I designed a case study, and I have that example as well. So you get a nice case study here, though you may have to check whether all those references are correct, or because ChatGPT hallucinates a lot. So you may want to go back and recheck that, but it gives you pretty much a good size case study depending on the kind of prompts which you enter. And then if you want uh, uh, I wanted additional questions as well related to uh, this case study. So what I could do is I just went in the chat and I said, uh, I need critical, okay, I need 6 critical thinking questions related to this case study. And if I click again, it gives me critical thinking questions. So if you are able to see this, it generates 6 critical thinking questions exactly as I wanted related to this particular case study. Now you may like those or you may not, depending on what you like, you can keep and you can modify those. But I thought this was pretty useful for the kind of course which I was teaching. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my slideshow. I just wanted to show you how these prompts work, and I've included a link also to one of my case studies, uh, which I uh, which I used actually in in my course. So I'll just try to show you that. It's similar to the one which I showed you. Okay, so that this is also again related to the pandemic and the Thai economy which I developed. It had a reference. There were case study critical thinking questions which are used uh, for the students, so they could answer questions based on this. And then it was a good effort because the students pretty much enjoyed with learning with these case studies. But as I said, there were challenges using this tool. It hallucinates a lot. You get false references, so I had to go back and recheck these references. The other challenges are an ethical kind of a concern, whether you would use AI uh, in your disclosure, or let the students know about that you have used AI tools to design your case studies, or have a AI use policy in your courses. And some broader concerns are if you want students to access some of the tools which are subscription or paid tools, then some may afford it and some may not. So that's one of the
Are you still with us? Okay, so the presenters reconnecting, um, but we are wrapping up now.
please feel free to discuss at this point. Yeah, so I've stopped sharing if because I thought we may be out of time.
We
Yeah.
we have lost connection with the moderators, the chairs, and with you over the last few minutes. So I think maybe if one
Okay.
of the audience have a question for you, because there's still 5 minutes left.
Okay, so do you want me to go over some of the last things?
No, I don't think so. I think let's ask if there's any
Okay.
questions.
Sure, thank you.
Thanks, Mary. I think I had connectivity issues.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Doctor, for an insightful presentation. Prof. Lees?
Yes, thank you. That was very interesting. I think case studies are going to help us a lot in the future, especially in health professions education. So I'd like to know if you have used any of the other AI, or if you suggest that as ChatGPT being has it been the most suitable one? What was your opinion on that? Oh, I think you might have just dropped. Thanks.
Okay. Are we connected now?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear anything.
Sorry, my question was whether you suggest that ChatGPT, what did you find it the most useful AI to use to create case studies? Thank you. I'd just like your opinion on that.
Yeah, so I've used ChatGPT 3.5 so far, the free version, but ChatGPT 4 may be a better version. I've used also Claude, which is another AI, but what I've seen is it all depends on the kind of prompts you would enter, how specific you want to be, and you obviously want to go back and check all your references or whatever, because it hallucinates a lot. So sometimes you may get exactly what you want, but many times you may not. So you want to really make sure what you want, and then the kind of prompts you like. So you may want to re-enter your prompts few times before you get what you want. But I designed all of my most of my case studies in that course using ChatGPT 3.5, and the students liked it. The only little concern was some of the questions which were developed using the ChatGPT 3.5 were a little similar, and then that was the only concern which was seen.
Thanks, Dr. Amar.
You're welcome.
Any other question from the audience before we jump into the closing session? Okay. Thanks again, Doctor, for the insights that you shared with us today, and to the audience, we appreciate you joining us. The next session is in Kumu Space. It's the closing session, and the link is on the live program and also on the chat. See you in Kumu Space. We will have the conference social. Thank you very much.
Thank you.